Hi, welcome back to my channel, She Says Happiness. I'm Mary Ellen, and this is really just a vlog to catch up with you, to let you know what I've been doing, what I've been making, things that are on the sewing table for the next few days / weeks, and some lovely fabrics and things that have arrived as well. So today is another scorcher of a day. To be honest, I've spent most of it hiding indoors. It's now about 6 o'clock and I'm only now getting ready to go out and actually start to enjoy some time. Today was actually a massive catch up on chores and things like that. So there's not much to say about the day itself, but it's so rewarding to just kind of feel like I'm on top of things for a change. So yeah, here I am trying just to get a vlog in before I head out and to get the dogs walked a little bit later on as well. It's just too warm to take them out of doors at the moment until 8-9 o'clock. So we're actually going to do a little bit of shopping. So we're picking up our new Caravan tomorrow. I say new, I've never had one before, so our first. Which we just thought would be really handy while Henry was little, to be able to get away for weekends or maybe a few days here and there over the next couple of years. So yeah, we've invested in one of those, which will be nice. It'll give me somewhere else to craft and store things, if nothing else. Although I didn't say that, Simon hopefully hasn't heard a single word I've said, but I'm sure there will be knitting projects and cross-stitching projects and little appliques and stuff there. I don't think I'll get to the stage where I take my sewing machine, although I do have my little starter machine that I was thinking it might fit nicely into a cupboard for maybe, you know, evenings now and then, but we'll see. I'm really not going to go overboard because God knows how much time one actually has when they take themselves off for a few days, so we'll play it by ear and see how we go. But yeah, I'll definitely take some of my hand stitching and things like that and my knitting to keep me occupied. But in terms of my sewing, I have actually managed to get a few things made since the last time I really caught up with you. Henry has now turned 6 months old, and as with all the other months, I made him his little milestone sweater from that little panel from Caboodle Textiles, and using the strawberry sweatshirt pattern I made, because the weather was so grotesque, just a little cotton jersey t-shirt for him to wear, and I'll pop the picture in so you can see how much he has grown up in the last 6 months. I kind of dread the next 6 months because you'll feel like he's totally grown by then. Yeah, the time kind of flies. I've never known 6 months to go so fast. And of course there's no way of slowing it down, so we just have to take it as it comes. But that was the first thing that I was going to share with you, and I just thought that was pretty cute. So it's always worth showing you a little picture of Henry, because he makes me smile, and I'm sure that little mischievous face will make some of you smile as well. And then I made a couple of garments for myself. You can see one still hanging there, haven't even worn it yet. That is a Colette Patterns Monetta dress, which, you know, if you come here regularly, is one of my just go-tos. And because I haven't had much time and I just wanted an easy win, I have made a couple of them. So if I just pull this forward so you can see the fabric. I'm sure I shared the fabric with you in previous videos, but it's a Stoff fabric which I got from First for Fabrics, and you can see here I've been using my cover stitch machine, and oh heavens, it's an absolute amazing weapon in my arsenal of sewing tools. So at the moment Henry's little thing is to pull necklines. Well, he can pull away now. No harm done. A couple of things have been damaged, but I'll get them through the cover stitch and get them repaired, and it's no worries at all. And my hems, of course, are perfectly finished with the cover stitch machine as well. So I made it in that beautiful pink floral, and then I also made another in a fabric that you probably saw me wearing before. So I'll pop a picture in of the Colette Monetta dress, and it was just a beautiful viscose jersey fabric from Jenny Stitches Fabrics. And I previously made a society dress, the Gertie pattern from Patreon, in that fabric, and I just loved it so much that I went back onto Jenny's website and bought up whatever she had left, which I have made my little Monetta dress out of. and unfortunately there's no more. I would go back because I actually bought what was left with the hopes of making like a wrap cardigan. I haven't got to do that yet, but no, there is none left, so that's that. However, I have something that may be a replacement in my little pile of goodies that have arrived recently. So that's what I've been making. The other thing, you will be amazed. Now, I'm going to be honest, it's not finished. There's only a couple of things left to do. So, you will remember I was chatting about my Sew Over It Dorothy jacket, and if I just pull myself back, you can see it is now completely sewn. I've got the epaulets in and little stud fastenings holding those in place. My little faux pockets are done, and again little, God, they're tight, fastenings holding those in place. They're only decorative. I could easily have left both of those off. I've got my waistband in with the little eyelets, the cord stopper. I have got everything done pretty much except for the actual pockets. I ran out of press fasteners, so I had to order some more, and then the weather has been so ridiculously hot that wearing this has been a nightmare really. So yeah, I just need to put the fasteners on both of the actual serving pockets, and then that will be it, ready to go. So yeah, I've impressed myself by finally getting that garment sewn up, and it's wearable just because I don't have the poppers on the pockets. So if the weather should change just like that, which is not unheard of in Ireland, to have 3 weeks of solid sun and heat is, well, actually I was going to say it's very uncommon, but I remember back in 2020 during the lockdown, it was like this all summer, and the only way it was tolerable was with a glass of white wine in my hand. And of course, breastfeeding mother can't get through the summer that way anymore, so there we have it. That's my problem to deal with. So what am I moving on to next, you may wonder? Well, I had a few things planned, and the first one is to sew up the cashmerette Belmont leggings. I have the fabric, just a black Lycra sportswear fabric from Jenny Stitches, and that is on the top of the list of things to do. And to go along with it, I have another cute fabric here from Jenny Stitches. It's a grey cotton jersey with these gorgeous little hearts on it, some of which are actually glittery. The little purple ones have glitter, and I'm going to make with that the Cashmerette Brattle top. So Cashmerette kindly gifted me an all-access membership to the Cashmerette Club, and I have a couple of different dresses pulled out as well, but one of the things I want to make is the Brattle top, and I do want to make a couple of those, but that'll be the first one that I try out, and see how we go from there. And I will of course come back and share with you my thoughts on those patterns. I'm very excited to try some of them. The club started while I was, you know, pregnant and while a lot of the things really appealed to me at the time, I knew there really wasn't any point in me sewing them because there'd be no longevity, so I didn't. But now I'm ready to get stuck in and caught up and make all of those lovely things that I never actually got to make the first time. So I'll share those with you then, and let you know what I think of them. But as ever, you'll know that I am a huge fan of cashmerette. They just seem to work for my body. I do the bare minimum adjustments. You'll actually find a new cashmerette garment coming soon to the Jenny Stitches blog. I recently completed a new project for that. That was the word I was looking for. Baby brain, be gone. I also blame the heat. I do not do well in this heat. I feel a bit like Winifred in Hocus Pocus and days like this. So yeah. What was I saying? Yes, so I do actually, spoiler, have another cashmerette garment on the way, and I'll share that with you as well. So there has been some sewing happening. But the other things then I have here are a couple of fabrics. So I wanted a plain black dress because all of my pre-pregnancy garments still do not fit in certain areas. So this literally has been pulled out to make what I'm wearing a fringe dress. And then I have another beautiful fabric which I've brought up here just to get pressed before I cut it, and it's a lovely viscose. Sorry, that's also just a black viscose, although I think it's a black viscose twill which I got from Jenny at Jenny Stitches, in case you were wondering. But yeah, the other fabric then on the table is this one, and again this is a viscose. This is from the Cotswold Sewing Centre, who have gifted this to me very kindly to make up a garment, and I am thinking this will become the penny dress by Sew Over It, a pattern which I absolutely adored. I've made a few of them, again pre-pregnancy, and I put one on the other day and it fits everywhere except it's a little bit tight here, so a simple 1-inch full bust adjustment should be enough to make that wearable now and then into the future as well, because the shape of it will be quite forgiving. If there's a little bit of extra ease, there's no harm in that at all. But I just loved these colours. I mean, if that doesn't say summer sunsets, I don't really know what does. And again, with my hair colour, this just screamed out to me. So I'm really looking forward to sewing this up. Getting it cut out first of all would be a start. That's the part that actually takes me more time because I procrastinate the cutting out stage. Anyhow, let me show you some of the beautiful little things then that I have been receiving recently. Now, I went on a bit of a whim and I bought myself, to make kind of like a novelty dress, some Riley Blake quilting cotton. This is from the Little Woman collection, which I did buy some of previously to make small projects. Haven't even got around to doing that yet. And here I am, having got myself some of the blue portraiture colorway in that collection. I just love it. Little Woman is one of my favorite classic books. And I'm kind of just hoping actually that maybe someday Riley Blake might do a Jane Eyre collection, and then that'll be me sorted. I'll have a different dress for every occasion. Okay, so that was the battery depleting at an alarming rate. I thought it was well enough charged, but obviously I probably forgot to actually turn it on or something to charge. So here we are. Right, next fabric is this beautiful rose ribbon crepe fabric from New Craft House, one of my favorite places to shop. Deadstock fabrics always appealed to me. And here it is. I thought this had a really beautiful vintage vibe with the striped roses and that beautiful ribbon. This actually came about 2-3 weeks ago, so I hadn't even got to share this with you yet. But this was one that I got just to put in my stash for when I want something really pretty and I'm back into making my full, more vintage style fashion again. So yeah, loved it. Thought it was really beautiful, and it's got a gorgeous texture too. Being a crepe, it's got that beautiful texture, which I don't know if it is picking up there for you or not, but it's nice sometimes just to have a fabric that feels different, you know. And then one of the next things I have to share with you is a cotton jersey, I think. This was from a New to Me store. So firstly, I saw this fabric on another site that I shop at regularly, but it was sold out. So I did a bit of a Google search, you know, one of those image searches, and I found a New to Me fabrics shop called Lilli and Mimi, I believe. Lilli and Mimi. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself in the comments. So this is a cotton jersey, and again, this will probably be turned into a brattle top, the cashmere pattern I was talking about earlier, but I just love this. What do you see? It's so bold, it's so loud, but in a way, so am I. So that should work quite well for me. Again, a total departure from my usual style, you know, but it's got a real retro feel to it. I loved it and I had to have it, so I was delighted. There's a few other things on the website that I saw that were lovely, and I will go back and shop with them again, because firstly it was dispatched within like an hour or two of me ordering it, and it arrived really, really quickly, and it arrived with a beautiful little thank you, you know, personally signed, and It was really cute actually. It came with a little love heart and some beautiful swatches of fabrics that are currently on the store. So yeah, really, really impressed, and I will definitely order from them again. Fabrics I want to share with you are from a store I haven't shopped at before. I've been following them now for a few months, a couple of months anyhow, over on Instagram. It's the Fabric Boutique, and they have some beautiful things, really beautiful fabrics, a really lovely selection, really good choice. I did limit myself to a couple of purchases this month because, as I may have mentioned before, maternity salary is one of those things that makes you feel guilty if you splurge. So I've got a couple of things here to show you. So the first, and this is so close to the red viscose jersey that I was showing you before that I made both the Moneta and the Society dress out of. So I found it, or what is very similar to it. I don't know if it's exactly the same because I don't have it here as reference, but I found it on this navy colorway with the little pink rosebuds, and I thought that was beautiful. I may get my wrap top yet. However, I think this may end up being a jersey wrap dress more than anything else, but we'll see how we go with that. And then the next one is a Lady McElroy, and I usually find Lady McElroy prints to be a little bit, and this is probably more for reflection on me than the fabric, it's a little bit more mature. And I don't often buy them. I've only done so a couple of times. But then I saw this, and as a huge David Lynch fan, Twin Peaks fan, I mean, this wasn't even a question. This was a, I have to have it, whether I'm being good and sensible with money or not. So this is a lawn, and it is absolutely fabulous. It's upside down. It's upside down. Let me turn it the other way for you. There's Audrey doing her little dance, of course. You've got the cherry in there somewhere as well. Damn fine coffee. Isn't it great? So I have no idea what I'm going to make with it yet. I want to make the perfect dress that I will get to wear over and over and over again. And I'm not cutting into it yet until I've lost a little bit of weight, which I need to do, you know. But dieting while breastfeeding was not an option, so I've been a good girl. But yeah, that I had to have, and I love it. I have got as well, this is a linen blend fabric, which is from Minerva, so as part of their brand ambassador team. I picked out this more for the color than anything else, kind of like a pumpkin, like paprika type color. You can wear saffron, but it just works with my hair, and I thought, oh, I love that. Now, I got this with the plans of making a dress, but when it arrived, it feels just a bit too rigid for dressmaking. So this is actually possibly going to become a jacket, a blazer or something like that. And I have the Friday Pattern Company, what is that blazer called? The Heller blazer, and I bought it when it first came out with all the intentions of using it then and there, but you know, all good plans and all that. So yeah, I've got like 3.5 meters of this, so I'm going to probably make a blazer with it. We'll see how we go, but it's a beautiful color, and that's really what drew me to it. The composition, it has quite a few things. I mean, it's got cotton, it's got linen, it's got viscose, possibly something else in there as well, but interesting mix. And yeah, hopefully I'll get around to doing that before I go back to work. That'll be useful in my work wardrobe. And then the last fabric is from, again, a store that I kind of lust over a lot of stuff, Elmhurst Fabrics. So if you haven't heard of them, they're well worth checking out. The reason why I kind of like follow them and haven't really been buying that much is because they have this range called, I think it's Acufactum, and I believe they might be German, I'm not sure, but they have such a gorgeous selection of fabrics and ribbons, and I just didn't know where to start. I thought they'd be beautiful for a nursery. They'd also be beautiful for making kitchen utensils and like pot holders. Utensils is the wrong word, like pot holders and oven gloves, and even aprons and things like that, or for anyone who's a gardener, some of them are absolutely gorgeous for that as well. There's some that I thought I was just going to make like little covers for homemade jam, which I tend to do at the end of summer, but I ordered what they have. They've basically got scrap bags, and when I say scrap bags, I mean these are not scraps, these are beautiful pieces that I can use to make things with, but they're of all acufactum fabrics. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyhow, like just to give you an example, and look, and that's one of the smaller ones. These I'm actually going to make really cute bookmarks out of, I know that, but like, what do you see? Little birds. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is just to give you a sample of some of these fabrics. The woodland. Let's pick out a couple more to show you because they're absolutely beautiful. This I loved. I thought this would be great to make accessories, you know, for a child's birthday party. Whoops. Aren't they cute? The little mice with their bunting. A lot of them are on a paler background, but there's some darker ones as well. So if I just show you for an example, a couple of these. Aren't they lovely? So I have picked out a couple that I would like to get larger pieces of to make some smaller projects. I don't think I'd ever use it for garment making because it's just it's too precious, it's lovely. And to use a lot of it seems a bit excessive because you don't need an awful lot. But I mean that, for instance, could be used as a little jam jar cover. But for scraps, I mean, they're pretty substantial little pieces. You could make like pin cushions or anything with these. I actually love this one here. I have a fox that roams around in the field outside, so that would be lovely. And there's a hare, which I've been trying to spot again. I haven't. Recently we've had a lot of pheasants wandering around out there, which is nice. But yeah, I got that little bag. So it was £10 for all those pieces of fabric, which I would use. They'd be great for paper piecing and things like that too, or even just making like little coin purses, really small dainty projects. But yeah, I now know a couple of those fabrics that I want, just to make like pot holders and stuff, or even oven gloves for the Caravan. And the other thing, I haven't even looked at this one yet, for a very good reason. I ordered some Christmas fabric. So I feel like last year I was totally robbed of Christmas because I was pregnant and I didn't make anything for my, 9-month pregnant body. And then I came home and yeah, Christmas was just enjoying that newborn, that newborn feeling. So this year I want to make up for that. And I have bought, I think 2.5 or 3 meters of this really cute, festive robin and holly print fabric to make a little dress for Christmas. And I'm going to start really early this year because I want some beautiful pieces to really enjoy the festive season instead of, struggling to get to sleep and whatnot. So it's now out. I'll put that in my little Christmas pile. I have a little pile of things that I bought last year that I never got around to making. So yeah, there's a few more things to add. I think that's it. I could be forgetting something, or maybe things are still on the way, who knows. But for now, I'm going to round up, get out, do that little bit of shopping, come home and get those dogs for a little walk. And I think I'll pick up some sushi for dinner because this is absolutely not cooking weather. So it's been nice catching up, hopefully. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing some of the precious fabrics, if nothing else. And yeah, I've kind of held myself accountable by getting that Dorothy jacket finished at last. Obviously there's no pictures or anything of it on me because I'm not putting a fleece lined waterproof fabric soft shell on my body in this heat. You're lucky that I'm wearing anything at all. That is just the way I'm feeling today. Anyhow, so inappropriate, real. I've got to go get myself a large glass of water since that's the most that I can do right now, and I will catch up with you all very soon. Hopefully I'll have a couple of these dresses, the brattle top and the leggings to share in the next week or two. But for now, take care wherever you are. If you're getting the good weather and you're enjoying it, keep on enjoying it. Meanwhile, think of me in hell. See you soon. Bye.